And of course, we always have to do, Instagram being the frou platform it makes us
Right.
wait. Yep. Instagram makes us wait. Twitter and YouTube are just like, hey, you can go live. We love you. Instagram's like, hang on, you have to be special for me. Whatever. I don't know why it is. It is the way it is. It is what it is. But we are here again, Drew. Week 11, Night Chat Edition.
A little bit earlier than normal. A little bit.
A little earlier than normal.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. That nightcap game, that LSU Alabama game, was lame. That was, I know, like I was sitting there on the couch, and I guess let's kick it off with that game.
Do we have to? We have to talk about
it. I mean, I don't have much to say, other than all I really wanted to say about that game was that, unfortunately, we recorded an episode for Thursday, and your boy here royally screwed up the audio for it, and so it didn't go out. But in that episode, you and I were, I think, unanimous about how we felt like this game was going to go.
Yeah.
And we thought we'll see an inspired effort. There will be some juice and some energy. And I really thought you got that from the LSU defense, but there just wasn't enough from the LSU offense.
Yeah.
And this like, I hate to say this game played out exactly like we thought it was going to on a show that we didn't get to put out, unfortunately.
Right.
But it did. It really did. We both sat there and we were like, man, I don't see where LSU finds the offense to like compete for 4 quarters in this game. And they kept it close at first in the first half. But dude, like when I looked up and when it was 17-6, I was laying there and I was watching the game and I was like, it feels like it's like 35-10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I guess because I just did not have any expectations for the LSU offense at all. And I mean, we saw what we saw from them all year. I mean, and McElroy pointed it out on the broadcast. They're rushing 3, dropping 8, and getting pressure on Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah.
Like, how do you expect to have success?
Their offense is just bad. They can't. They had the 37-yard run from Harlem Berry early in the first half. They kind of shout him out on the broadcast, and of course he pops. But I mean, that kid's a freshman. It's just it's going to take up at this full level. They were talking about it. He came from a 1A high school. He's the the highest recruit in school history, like the lowest level of Louisiana football that you can come from. So it's going to take time for him to develop. Nussmeier, man, I wonder. I kept asking myself during this game it's been talked about a lot. Nussmeier changing his decision making to be a less turnover prone, less, I guess, gunslinger type quarterback. And yeah, it showed tonight. He's just terrified to move the ball down the field. You've got Nick Anderson, who I hope he's okay. He goes out early in this game with an injury. You've got Trades Green. You have weapons everywhere. You got Barry Brown, and it feels like Garrett Nussmeier is out there working with Kentucky level weapons, which we can get to the Kentucky game later. But
I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I don't either. But I mean, I just like it. It almost seemed like Nussmeier just terrified to move the ball down the field. And when you can't run the ball and you can't pass the ball, well, those are your 2 options on offense. And the interim the interim coach, I believe his name is Frank Wilson. He benches Nussmeier. Good on him. It didn't do anything, but you had to try something different, because I think that was just an acknowledgement of like, we're not going to score a touchdown in this game. Alabama doesn't believe we can score a touchdown in this game.
Yeah.
And honestly, great call from Alabama. They were spot on.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm kind of on the opposite side of that. Like, I get why you may say he benched Nussmeier, but I feel like at this point, like, you are what you are.
Yeah.
And I don't think injecting Michael Van Buren into this game at this point, I understand if you're trying to generate some juice, but I don't know. I feel like that kind of threw off the whole, like, any momentum that they potentially could have had with Nussmeier, because I felt like there were some moments where he really had Like he really he spun it and had some good throws.
Yeah.
But again, man, the ability to rush 3, drop 8, and get pressure is just like, what do you, when you can't run the ball and you can't pass protect against 3-on-5? What do you expect your quarterback to do?
Yeah, nothing.
I mean,
He had nothing. He wasn't. I don't know. It was like you said. You let off with it was a boring game. LSU kept it just close enough to where we couldn't hop on here and talk about the rest of the slate because you don't want to leave and then one of LSU's athletes. But man, this LSU team, they look so beat down on the offensive side of the ball. And I told the buddy I was watching the game with, I was like, I don't think that Brian Kelly leaving is going to fix this LSU offense. I said that on the show that we didn't get to put out. I don't think that's the problem. I just think this is a flawed offense to its core, and it's going to take somebody new to get in there, and it's going to take a bunch of transfer players. There's going to be a bunch of people that transfer out of LSU, transfer into LSU. We'll see that movement this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to completely rebuild this from the ground up post Garrett Nussmeier era. Because I expect him to start for the rest of the year as long as he wants to start. I don't think Van Buren coming in getting a field goal will shake that up. I mean, Van Buren, I guess has his legs, but I mean he doesn't look any better than Nussmeier.
He looks like they brought Van Buren in and they look like they threw him in there because they were like, hey, he has a running aspect and maybe that can generate some offense for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think LSU needs to completely overhaul.
Sure.
But I think somebody needs to provide some kind of stability and really just fits LSU as a coach. Because it's not hard to win there. it's not. We've seen that from the past 3 head coaches, one of those being the greatest of all time. But we've seen that it's not hard to win at LSU. Like it's for some reason certain people can't figure it out, but 3 coaches have managed to put national championship teams together. So I don't know, man. I think if they take just a couple of pieces and they get a better coaching staff in there,
and they keep Blake Baker, they should keep him. They should absolutely keep Blake Baker.
I mean, I'd be for it, honestly. Yeah. I don't know if the new head coach will. I doubt he will.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, somebody's going to get a really good defensive. Somebody's going to get a steal in Blake Baker. I don't know who that's going to be, but if it's not LSU retaining him, whoever they end up hiring a head coach, somebody's going to get a steal at DC. I don't know, man. I kind of feel you on. It felt like there was a moment there where it was just like this LSU team's just tired. They're just tired. Like the season didn't go the way they wanted it to go. Their head coach got fired. It's just kind of like, all right, boys, like it is what it is. This season is what it is.
Just about it.
There's
not much more to say about this LSU team.
Yeah, sim to the end.
Yeah,
that's about where they're at. Now, I know we sat here and we come on here and Alabama won this game, and we sat here and talked about LSU. But I really didn't. I didn't really see anything from Alabama in this game that made me think like, wow, I have to talk about how good. I don't feel like Alabama was overly great in this game. Like I think they won this game because they're a better team than LSU. I don't feel like they really did a whole lot that was special. I think they have a better coaching staff, they have a better roster, they have better players, and they're a better team. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's Alabama. Alabama did what they were supposed to do. And now they're one step closer to the SEC title game. They got a game against Oklahoma next weekend. You check the box tonight. You're 1-0 this weekend. You move on to next weekend. Like I don't feel like I saw anything super special from Alabama that makes me want to come in and talk about like how good they were against this version of LSU. And that's not to take a shot at Alabama. It's not. I mean, it's not to take a shot at Alabama. It's not, but it's like I feel like we're saying the same things about Alabama every week. It's like Ty Simpson's great. Jeremy Brown great. They can't run the ball. Like it's the same thing every weekend. But at the end of the day, all that really matters is that you won the game. It didn't go probably the way you wanted it to. It wasn't as smooth as it could have been, but again, you're 1-0 and you're moving on to Oklahoma.
Yep.
So if you beat Oklahoma, in my mind, you are in the SEC title.
I think so.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, you are. You're in the
Yeah,
SEC.
you are. Yeah.
Because even if you lose to Auburn, you got the tiebreaker over Georgia.
Yep.
And then it becomes a race between Georgia and A&M for who gets in. So
Yep.
Alabama can punch their ticket to the SEC title next week if
Sure.
they beat up. So
yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, we can really quickly, if you want to run through the rest of the SEC while we're thinking about it, we can just kind of knock
Sure.
those games out.
Sure. Before we move on
And
to the other,
I'll yeah,
that was the only SEC
only
game
SEC.
before, right?
Oh, no. We had Texas A&M, Missouri as well. Well, I guess we can go to that next.
Yeah, let's do that.
Man, I just again, I hate to keep coming back to a show that we didn't get to put out, but
I know
we kind of said exactly what was going to happen in this game as well. Like I hate to keep calling us geniuses for be like, no, you guys didn't put out the episode. We called this game. This is exactly what we said was going to happen. Like Missouri, Texas A&M would drop this game in previous years, but they're a better team. Mike Elko, I think, has put a lot of that to bed. I think the games that they were going to lose, they got through those. They beat Arkansas. They beat Auburn, 2 trap games that they easily could have lost. Arkansas scored with them. And in this game, I mean, Missouri was starting a backup quarterback. Texas A&M's defense forced turnovers. And, I mean, their offense is still awesome. Like, Casey Concepcion is still really good. Marcel Reed didn't do really anything incredible in this game as far as, like, individual playmaking. But I mean, and they had a long rushing touchdown. I hate to say this game was kind of boring, just like the LSU Alabama game, but it was just kind of boring. Like you just kind of knew it was going to happen.
I get where you're coming from. I don't think this game was boring, but I think, again, like the LSU Alabama game, in the show that never was, this Texas A&M Missouri game went exactly like we thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, Ahmad Hardy and Jamal Roberts both had over 100 yards. They were great. But Matt Zoller's 7 for 22 for 77 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, we said that was what was going to be the problem, is like, how much of this offense, how much of the Missouri offense is Matt Zoller's going to have access to? How much of it can he run it as if he's been the guy since day one?
Right.
And that, like, it's what happens when you start a freshman quarterback. I mean, it sucks. He's talented. I think he's talented. I think he'll be really good for Missouri eventually. But to ask him to walk out there and start against this Texas A&M defense with speed all over the place,
yep.
I mean, it's a hard task to throw onto a freshman starting quarterback. So I think Missouri did the best they could in this game. But again, like we talked about on the show that never was on Thursday, A&M just has too many answers.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have I looked up tonight and Marcel Reed's in this 20, like he was tonight, 20 for 29, 222 yards and 2 touchdowns. I feel like he's had that stat line like every weekend.
Yeah.
They're not asking him to overly throw the ball to where it's like, hey, you don't want Marcel Reed outside of the Notre Dame game. You don't want Marcel Reed throwing 40 passes. You want to have a pretty good run balance with Ruben Owens, who had over 100 yards. And you want Marcel Reed to be able to kind of pick up some third and shorts, third and mediums with his legs and just dish it to Mario Craver and Casey Concepcion. And that's exactly what this game was. I mean, KC had 4 receptions, 84 yards. Craver had 6 for 60 or 59 exactly. But, yeah, man, it's what we talked about on Thursday. And it makes me even more infuriated that that's the episode that had to mess up. Is because we literally sat there and said A&M just has too many answers, and we just don't think we'll get enough from Matt Zollers.
Yep.
Which might be like a 50,000-foot view to diagnose this game. But it's how it went down, man. And Missouri's still a solid team. They've just had some bad injury luck losing their starting quarterback. And Texas A&M is for real. Yeah. So like I don't know what else you want me to. I don't know what else we can
say about the game. No, there's not much. I
will say this to bring it back up real quick, and I'm sorry to cut you off. As far as this A&M team goes, on the show that never was on Thursday, we talked about how people have just assumed this was a trap game for A&M because in years prior, they've lost games like this.
Yep.
We brought up the Arkansas game. We brought up the Auburn game. That's the difference with Mike Elko this year and the jump that his culture has taken at Texas A&M since he started is that games like that this year, Auburn, Arkansas, this Missouri game, I know they won by 21, are games that they would have lost in the past. And so you've been conditioned, we have been conditioned to assume, hey, A&M does this. They lose this game in this spot because they have. Because in the Jimbo Fisher years, they did. That's not how they are this year, and that's not who they are this year.
No.
This is a different A&M team. This is a different version of the Aggies, and they're pretty legit now. So.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. And then they're going to be going forward. I think they make the SEC championship. I don't see them tripping up down the stretch.
Yeah,
it's just I think your SEC championship is going to be Alabama and Texas A&M, and then it'll kind of be a backfill for everyone behind them, because if Georgia beats Texas, they get in. If Ole Miss wins out, they get in to the college football playoff. The ACC is in. I mean, the headquarters right now at the ACC. There's got to be a bunch of sponges. That's like SpongeBob's brain. I mean, they're running around. Everything's on fire there. I hate to say that I kind of told you so, but told you so. Like Virginia and Louisville aren't very good. So,
dude, again.
Yeah,
I hate how many times I'm going to do this tonight, but to reference Thursday, we talked about lines. Yeah. And I was like, why does anybody in the ACC deserve to be an 18.5 point favorite outside of Miami playing Boston College or like Miami playing Syracuse today?
Yeah.
Why is Louisville doesn't deserve to be an 18.5 point favorite over anybody?
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
I hate myself that I didn't take that line with Cal.
Yeah, I didn't get that one. I truthfully, Virginia, I mean, after watching the Carolina game, Carolina coming up 1 yard short there on the 2-point conversion. I mean, that should have been like the ultimate, alarm bells are going off. What are we doing with this Virginia team? Unfortunately, Virginia still controls their own destiny for everybody in the ACC. So Miami sitting there with 2 losses.
Because that was technically Virginia's first ACC.
Because they played NC State as a non-conference game. Yeah, so good on Virginia. They still control their own destiny. Looks like, I mean, if Georgia Tech just takes care of business, it'll be Georgia Tech, Virginia. But they have to play Duke, who lost to UConn today. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but again, man, we've talked about this over several shows. As we've kind of narrowed this ACC race, these teams that are fighting for a shot in the ACC title game, none of them have like such a significant roster advantage over the other ones that it's like, hey, they're not going to lose.
Yeah,
like it would take like them completely falling apart to lose. It's like, no, that these rosters are close enough. These teams are close enough.
Yeah,
that all it takes is someone rolling out their like B+, B- performance. And the other team rolling out like an A- performance. And there's your upset, which is kind of like what I think we got from Cal Louisville today. Is Louisville rolled out like a B- performance and JKS absolutely balled. So Cal rolled out like an A-, and they beat Louisville in overtime.
JKS
on a 4th down conversion.
It was overtime. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
it was overtime.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, JKS, a great individual talent that is unfortunately on the California Golden Bears team
for now.
For now, he'll be somewhere bigger next year. So
until he gets to Indiana when Fernando Mendoza gets drafted.
Sure. Yeah.
So it again.
Yeah, man, it was an odd weekend in college football. I guess we'll now go through the rest of the SEC games. We'll start with a positive note, a couple positive notes before we get to, I know what neither of us really want to talk about. Congratulations, Georgia. This was not a trap game. It was pretty obvious in the first quarter even. I know Mississippi State scored the first touchdown, and maybe there was a little nerves. Yeah, but Georgia was so much more talented than Mississippi State. You could tell that very early in this game. So for Georgia, they're like we've been over a couple times. They're a win by any means necessary team. They didn't have to do that today. So it is just get it done by any means against Texas and Georgia Tech, because if they lose to Charlotte, something has gone wrong.
Yeah,
Something has gone terribly wrong.
Horribly wrong. As far as Georgia goes, this was the first wire-to-wire performance where they played a full game.
On the road, too.
All year. This was the first time from the first quarter to the fourth quarter they played a full, complete game. It's been – I text our little – I've got a little group text with my brother and his brother-in-law because we're all Georgia fans. And he was like, was that a complete game? And I sent him the, like, it's been 84 years.
Yeah.
Titanic meme, because it just feels like – I was like, the last 2 years, man, it just feels – I know they like blew out Kentucky this year, but for the most part, when most people think about this Georgia team, it's like, oh, hey, they give up third down conversions, they give up touchdowns on the first drive, and then they're going to go down at some point and find a way to win in the second half. Sure. And they didn't do that this time. They gave up that first drive, but outside of the fumble in the red zone, I mean, this game could have gotten ugly pretty early. Even earlier than it did, because it got ugly fast. I mean, it was 24-7 at the half, but it probably should have been 31-7 at the half, if not 34, maybe.
Agreed. The fumble in the inside the 5 with Georgia. Yeah, it was pretty obvious early on. Like, Mississippi State threw that big punch early, scripted first drive, and that was all they had. That was all they had as far as answers for this Georgia team. Encouraging for Georgia today that they looked decent in some areas where they've been lacking. I know it's versus Mississippi State, but we've kind of gone over before that, hey, Mississippi State's lost a bunch of close games, and they're 5-5, and they have a legitimate case to be I think, what is that? To be 8-1 going into this game.
They're 1-4 in the SEC going into this game. They very well could have been like 3-2 in the SEC.
Yeah, maybe even better.
Texas could have been Tennessee. Any of those three teams, they could have interchanged those losses for. Like, so it was setting up where it was like, hey, this is going to be a dogfight. Like, this is going to be Mississippi State's been playing. They've been losing, yes, but they've been playing well, and Georgia's been playing shaky. And I don't know, it similar to I don't remember what game we were talking about where we called it a culture win, but this kind of felt like, hey, we're going to start playing our best ball at the most important time of the season, and that's in November.
Yeah.
So it's really going to come to fruition next week. You got Texas coming to town. We'll see. We'll see how much of this performance carries over, because Texas is off a bye. But I will say, Georgia had 8 sacks coming into the game. They got 2 in this game, so they got a quarter of their season sack total today in one game. So in November. So that is concerning for anybody that Georgia has to play, or that's concerning for Georgia playing anybody.
Sure. It's just about Texas. That's all it's about, man. It's just about Texas, and then it's about Georgia Tech, because it looks like right now your SEC you're on the outside looking into the SEC Conference Championship. So Georgia takes care of business, and we'll move on to another team that took care of business today, the Vanderbilt Commodores.
Yeah.
Man, I really don't want to go over this game in detail, because, I mean, we got Kentucky, who looked amazing today.
Please make me talk about.
Yeah, we're going there next, unless you want to talk about Ole Miss Citadel. Look, you can tell me that Fernando Mendoza locked up the Heisman today, and I agree with you from a voting perspective, from anything. I think Mendoza probably locked up the Heisman, because Indiana's going to go undefeated now, more than likely. So that's fine. You want to tell me that Fernando Mendoza locked up the Heisman today? I'm okay with that, from a fact that I'm rational and I understand the voting, how it works. I understand the storylines. Dude, Diego Pavi's best player in the country. I don't know what other evidence you need to see. I mean, if you want to put Fernando Mendoza on this Vanderbilt team and show me that he would be able to do what Diego Pavia did tonight, then I'd be welcome to see the experiment. But no, Diego Pavia, almost 500 total yards of offense and 4 touchdowns today by himself, making throws all over the place. Eli Stowers Pavia led him into some absolute
questionable windows.
Yeah, he caught him, and he
head taken off.
Yeah, He caught him, and I'll be honest. I was so not a fan of them going for it instead of kicking the field goal. I don't think this overtime ever had to happen, but it happened, and Vanderbilt did what they were supposed to, survive and advance. They've got Kentucky next week, and then what looks like it'll be the battle for the playoffs in Knoxville, Tennessee, as more and more teams continue to lose. I think Tennessee's probably still alive. I don't. They're barely alive, but I think Tennessee's right in the window where they could probably convince themselves that a win over Vanderbilt would do it. So yeah. I get it. He's not going to win the Heisman, but dude, he was so good. He was so freaking good tonight. I mean, he was.
Go ahead. Sorry. No,
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm going to be honest with you. I turned on this game, but again, I'm siding with YouTube TV. Disney, you got to get off your high horse, dude.
Yeah.
Because trying to watch as much college football as I'm used to watching, having to do it the way I'm doing it now, is just ass. But we've been over that. Anyways, I opened this game up and it was like 14-3. And I was like, oh, so there's that Auburn defense. And I had the under on this game, and I thought, okay, we're feeling decent. And then as soon as I sat down and got comfortable in my chair, the scoring started. And I was like, oh no, Vanderbilt's alive. They're like, again, I don't know if you should go as far to say that Fernando Mendoza locked up the Heisman. And here's why. I know a lot of people are saying that he had the best throw in the game all day. But sure, I don't want to take that away from Cooper, because that catch was phenomenal. Yeah. And to be honest with you, like, I put a little bit more of that on the catch from Cooper than the throw from Mendoza, because for Mendoza, that throw's kind of like, hey, I'm throwing it where I know the DB can't get it, and maybe Cooper has a shot. That play to me is made by Cooper. Not to shit on Mendoza, I promise it's not, because I think he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we should be saying he locked up the Heisman when he got outdueled by Ethan Grunkemeyer today.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I just
Fernando was 19 of 30 for 218 yards, a touchdown and interception. Grunkemeyer was 22 of 31 for 219 yards, a touchdown and interception. I mean, Grunkemeyer had a better QBR. Not much, but better. Like, should we really be crowning this dude with, I know he led the game-winning drive. I get that. I understand that. And it's not me trying to take the Heisman away from Fernando Mendoza, but it's like, guys, he did not play his best game today. Like, he did. No, I don't think he was great today.
No, he didn't.
Outside of the game-winning drive, in the game-winning drive, he was phenomenal. That being said, there were more than just that segment of the game that exists.
Yeah. So, I mean, the reason they were in that situation, because he wasn't very good, and he wasn't completing the passes he needed to complete on the downs he needed to complete them. So
I think they really missed Elijah Surratt today.
Yeah,
definitely. Playing against a roster like this, like, don't get me wrong, I know Penn State they are what they are this year, as far as, like, they're 3-6 now. Nothing's gone their way. They haven't won a Big Ten game. That roster's still really talented. Yeah. And there's still a gap in talent between that roster and Indiana's roster. Don't hear what I didn't say. Indiana is a better team than Penn State.
Sure.
But that's still a better roster from a talent perspective. So I'm not surprised that this game was close, but I think missing Elijah Surratt was very evident today.
Sure.
For Indiana. So, yeah. And now he was dressed. I saw him on the sideline. He had his pads on, but I think he was like emergency only.
Yeah.
Like, they're only going to throw him out there if they're like, hey, we're out of receivers. So he'll come back. You don't have to, it's not like I'm not making excuses for or trying to discount Indiana winning, because the first time they'd ever won at Beaver Stadium. So obviously this is massive, but it's also one of these things that, to praise Indiana, it's one of the things that good teams do.
Sure.
You went into a hostile environment against a team that has nothing to play for other than beating you on this day, and you found a way to win.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's culture, man. That's culture. That's team. That's all the intangibles. That's everything outside of talent advantage.
Yeah.
because that's about the only thing that Penn State had is talent, and you saw the result of a winning culture and a winning team, and how Indiana was able to win this game today.
Got it done. That's all that matters. Yeah. No. All right. We'll skip Florida, Kentucky because I just realized I don't really want to waste time talking about it.
Listen, I have one thing to say about that game. I
Sure.
have one thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. My chat slip bet was under 44.5. Okay. 44.5. If anybody that was in their right mind placed a bet on the over on this game, you were on the wrong side. But sometimes that's how this works, and that's how sports betting goes, and you get your heart broken, and that's why you keep coming back for more, because Kentucky almost went over by themselves. I've never Cutter Boley looked like Aaron Rodgers tonight, dude. Insert pro quarterback, like,
except for Florida, when he was throwing interceptions. But yeah. Besides that,
man, I mean, the only reason Florida got points is because of a muffed Kentucky punt. Like, I don't know.
Apologies to DJ Lagway. They may have messed him up for good, dude. I don't.
Yeah.
I look. His body language was awful all night. So, dude, anyways, where are we going next? BYU, Texas Tech. Is that where we're landing? That and Oregon, Iowa, Oregon, Iowa. We have those two in the core four left.
We wrapped up every SEC game, right? We didn't cover Ole Miss Citadel because we're not.
Darn.
We're not going to.
Didn't watch it. Didn't catch it. Sorry.
That's literally we know what that game is.
Yeah.
We understand.
I don't have much to say about BYU Texas Tech. It went. Let's reference the Thursday show. Here we go. Part 400. It went exactly. I picked BYU, but I told you I thought you were right. Texas Tech had the better athletes. Texas Tech had the better players. Texas Tech's gun for hire thing worked. BYU was completely outclassed in this game. Bear Bachmeier looked shaky as you thought he would.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. BYU is dependent on running the ball. Texas Tech took that mostly away, and they were just better. I'm not saying that I think Texas Tech is an incredible team. I think they'll get beat by a better team down the road. But if BYU is going to be their only competition for the conference, BYU or Cincinnati, welcome to the Big 12 championship, Texas Tech, or welcome to
the playoff as the Big 12 title champion.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's, and again, because of the whole YouTube debacle, like, I was watching the Georgia game during this, so I didn't get to watch Texas Tech BYU as much as I wanted to, because Sling won't let you do multi-streams. Let me just not. I don't even want to get into that. But yeah, I mean, like, what led me to pick Texas Tech in this game was that I thought they could make BYU one-dimensional if they took away the run. Or BYU's been kind of one-dimensional to me, relying on their run game. And I thought if Texas Tech took that away, like, what would I get from BYU? And I kind of saw that today.
Yeah.
This team, Baron Morton really needs to stay healthy. I mean, obviously
they don't have a backup. Yeah, they don't have a backup anymore.
Like, I think they could make some noise in a playoff. I wouldn't take them. I'm trying to think of, like, teams that I don't think they could beat in a playoff game, like, with that D line.
I don't think they could beat Ohio State. I
like Ohio State's the easy number one answer.
Yeah,
I think they could give Indiana. I think they could give Indiana problems.
I do too, especially what we saw with Penn State today.
Yeah, with just the way that Penn State was able to kind of disrupt the flow of Indiana's offense a little bit. I still think I'd take Indiana to win that game.
Yeah,
but I think Texas Tech could make it interesting.
Yeah, I would take them like if the Georgia Techs, the Vanderbilts, even the Georgias. I would give Texas Tech
Alabama.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
I don't think I would.
It just that game comes down to, can Texas Tech's corners and safeties, can they keep up with these Alabama receivers? Because if so, then yes, because Alabama already can't run the ball. So
Yeah, it's
I mean, Alabama literally was in a kill the clock scenario tonight, and they had so little faith in their run game that they were throwing like trick play passes on the edge. They refused to run the ball with Jam Miller because they knew it was going to be 2 yards or less. So
yeah. I mean, it's
so
been that all season.
sure,
Like that's
so sure, yeah. Texas Tech, I would give a chance to beat Alabama. I wouldn't say they'll do it. I
I
mean,
wouldn't think them to be.
Baron Morton, I don't think is to a quality of quarterback that would be able to deal with this Alabama defense. I know Bama's defense is a little bit undisciplined, too undisciplined for my liking. But yeah, I would Ohio State. I wouldn't take them. Indiana, you're right. They could give them some problems. But like, yeah, but like the Georgia Techs, the Vanderbilts, even the game that we're going to get to next, the Oregons of the world, because
Yeah.
the trick or treat special looks really good in hindsight. Man, is Oregon any good? I know we can probably attribute a lot of this to weather and playing at Iowa Stadium. Sure, yeah, like I'm good with that. I know what it was. This was a weird, like, you're playing at Iowa Stadium, yeah, but Oregon is top of my list for team I'm definitely going to bet against if the right matchup pops up in the college football playoff. I'll be stuck in that line like a hawk, depending on who their first round matchup is, because the first round bye for me is out of the question. I know they won today. Unless some weirdness happens, where I think we went over this on this Tuesday's show. I think Oregon could technically still get in if Michigan beats Ohio State. I think we went over that and decided that was because of the common opponent with USC. So yeah.
Well, I mean, Oregon still has to play USC, so that's still undecided. But yeah, we again, this Oregon team, this Oregon game against Iowa. Let's go ahead and talk about it. It was on the Core 4. It's very similar to. Oh gosh, excuse me. Very similar to, like, Indiana went into Kinnick and played Iowa in normal conditions. Like it wasn't raining, like Matt pointed out tonight. It wasn't raining cats and dogs sideways, and they only won by 5.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, this is what Iowa does, man. They play this, like, they pull you into this weird part of the pool, and they're like, "Hey, you're gonna play our game, unless you're just so much significantly better than them that you can just eliminate that." And I think there are certain teams that could do that this year. I don't think Oregon's one of them, especially with the conditions that were going on. So it's survive and advance. This is survive and advance for Oregon.
Sure.
And they did that. Like, you are to a point where going into this game, you probably should have lost, but you didn't, and you're still alive. So survive and advance, man.
Hey, I'll be all over the postseason Oregon lines if they make it there. I just
playing at Iowa, playing in Kinnick, for me, from a Big Ten perspective, is a lot like playing at Kentucky.
Yeah, that's
like,
good.
Hey, your team's probably better, especially because Iowa doesn't utilize the forward pass, but it's still going to be weird. Like, they're still going to find a way to make it odd.
Sure. Yeah, I think you're spot on. Unfortunately, Joseph, today, I mean, I'm a Vanderbilt fan, as I think the viewers know. So good viewing experience for me. Exciting experience for me. I wouldn't say that I loved the game. I didn't love what happened during the game, but this is probably our worst college football weekend yet, outside of the Indiana Penn State. It was just a chalk weekend. Like, everything kind of went to plan, and that's okay, because a lot of the teams that needed this to go their way. I mean, sure, we can talk about the ACC and say it didn't go the way that it was supposed to. It's the ACC. I mean, what are we going to do? You want to talk about Clemson beating Florida State and the loser leaves town Super Bowl? Like, see ya, Mike Norvell. You're done. Dabo Sweeney's kid scored a 2-point conversion today. So, I mean, Like,
Is that the nail in the coffin of Mike Norvell? Is
I
Dabo
think so.
Swinney's kid going to point
I think
division?
so. I saw that and I was like, oh, you might as well not even run this
That's
game.
it.
Like
Yeah.
Dabo Swinney's kid wearing number 88 is running in the goal line and powering through to get just enough. I just, oh man, that game was on ACC Network. It was awful. I had it up on the not the multi-view, but on the side television.
I intentionally avoided everything about the Florida State Clemson game. And it felt so good to not even have to worry about, again, because with YouTube TV being off, my whole strategy for watching games has changed now. Like, normally I would have that game side screened somewhere or in the multi-view just to keep tabs, and see what's happening.
Yeah.
With me not being able to do that now, I was like, I am going to pretend this game doesn't exist.
Sure.
I'm gonna pretend it doesn't exist because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see what could have been or what was thought of as like one of the best excuse me. My voice just died on me.
Oh, I was like, man, you just went silent. Dang.
What was thought of as like one of the potential games of the year preseason.
Yeah.
Now, like, oh, hey, we could have put this game on Cartoon Network.
Oh man, it keeps getting worse. Wow, you have downgraded them quite a bit. Whew.
Well, I mean, I had them on like, the CW, and then I was like, well, maybe they should put them on like Turner Classic Movies because it's like both these programs used to be really good and they're not. And then it's like, you know what, man, just put them on Cartoon Network. Like,
sure,
do what they did with the NFL, make them the Simpsons game, and just like that would make me want to watch this game. So
we know, man. It's brutal.
Matt, I try not listen. Like we talked about Oregon and Iowa, I am in survive and advance mode with these weekends for college football. Like, I'm just whatever way. Like, I was, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that part. But it's just do what I have to do. And that right now, clutch has been the Sling Weekend Pass.
Sure. Yeah. So. The day pass. Yeah. All right. Well, we kind of said this was going to be a shortened episode up front. I say, unless there's anything that you're just dying to touch on, I looked through the rest of the slate that I watched personally. Yeah. I'm good. I'm ready to give out my Saturday stud. Is there anything else that we missed that you personally want to get to?
No. I mean, outside of the ACC being a disaster,
sure.
I mean, I Washington, what the fuck? That's something we didn't bring up. What happened, Washington?
Luke Fickell got his swagger back, dude. They announced he wasn't getting fired. He was like, "Cool, let me just take this ranked win real quick. Let me just show everybody they made the right decision." I don't know if they made the right decision.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I mean, I guess we can talk about the fact that Dylan Raiola may need to find a new home next year.
Listen, again, on the show that never was on Thursday, I'm sorry about the audio errors, guys. I feel horrible about it, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I talked to Drew pre-show, and I was like, hey, man, UCLA, Nebraska with a backup quarterback, like, talk me out of this. Talk me out of taking UCLA money line. It's like minus 104. And he was like, that's exactly what you don't need to do. He's like, it's the worst spot. This is exactly where Vegas wants you. Nebraska's going to win this game like easily. And they're up 28-14 right now. And yeah. So thank you for that, for saving me for that.
Of course.
Side notes, before we get to our Saturday stud stickers, because I'm going to do something with my Saturday stud sticker that I haven't done all year. It's going to go to a full team. Just a little bit of a preview for you there. Man, I really want to see Ohio State play somebody with
anybody. Yeah, I know.
Like, not, and again, it's not like I don't want to sit here and say Ohio State hasn't played anybody, because I don't like, just because they're bagging teams doesn't mean. I mean, yeah, they have played Wisconsin and Purdue. Like, I don't know, man. I'm really looking forward to the Michigan game because they play UCLA next weekend. They play Rutgers after that. I mean, I want to see Ohio State play somebody that has a pulse.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's not a
Yeah.
shot at Ohio State. I'm not trying to sit here telling you that they're overrated. I don't think they are. I think they're the best. I personally think they're the best team in the country. But I want to see them in a prime time, like night game spot against somebody with a pulse, dude.
Yeah.
Please.
No, I'm
Like,
with you. I just if
give me
ever
get me to Ohio State, Michigan as fast as possible. And then once that's done, if they win, get me to Ohio State, Indiana as fast as possible.
Sure, because it feels like every week you don't have to watch Ohio State. You can just kind of
No.
like you don't even have to put them on the side view, any multi-view, nothing. So, no,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm very interested to see what they actually are outside of the first week Texas game, and then like the little bit, I guess, of insight that we got when they played Washington. Maybe a tad bit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They were always going to beat the shit out of the Bielema ball. So
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I'm with you.
So, all right, you ready?
Yeah. You want to lead off with your Saturday stats?
Sure. Yeah, TJ Lateef, Nebraska's quarterback. We just talked about him. Yeah.
How did you not? Okay, go ahead.
11 for 12, 181 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm all over that. They were trying to tell me Dylan Raiola was the only thing Nebraska, and by they I mean you, was the only thing Nebraska had.
Yeah, I really did.
They look a lot better with this guy in there. I know they're playing like UCLA. I think they have like 30 players left on their football team. You look at their sideline; it doesn't even look full over there.
Yeah,
but
UCLA's like a book this year that started really shitty, and then you get to like this one chapter that's super exciting, and a lot of stuff happens, and then they fuck up the ending of the book.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what UCLA is, because it's
Sure.
like the story's over. It's dead. The magic's gone. They're not going to Disneyland. I know it's right down the road from them, but
no, they're not. No, they don't get invited. Nico still looks good. Don't get me wrong. I think Nico was actually pretty good in the little bit of this game I caught before I walked up here. But yeah. Go ahead. I'm interested to hear your team president.
I'm gonna give you my team, my Saturday stud sticker, but just because you didn't, and I feel like I have to, Diego Pavia is getting like my honorary one.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this guy should be mentioned.
You get two.
377 passing yards and 3 touchdowns
Yeah.
against that Auburn defense. That's incredible, dude. Keeping your playoff hopes alive. You're 8-2. You got who left?
Kentucky and Tennessee.
And Tennessee.
That's it.
Well, I mean,
at home versus Kentucky.
When they needed to have it, Diego Pavia gave it, dude.
45 points of it. I mean, responsible for all of it too. Yeah.
Incredible stuff from Diego Pavia. So yeah, I'll go ahead and give him my first one then, and I'll save my team one for the second one.
Oh, go ahead. No, we snake it. So all you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's just true. My second one is a full-on homer pick, and it's the Georgia Bulldogs.
Sure.
This is the first Georgia game I've watched this season where I, shortly after the first quarter, did not want to pull my hair out. Is the first Georgia game this season. I say that, like the Kentucky game and the FCS games, like they exist, but like most of the other games that Georgia's played have been sweat fest. And this game was not. Georgia, in what a lot of the country and what a lot of people that do what we're doing now said, oh, hey, this is a trap game. Mississippi State's played really well against all these teams. You've got Texas on deck. They're coming to Athens. You got a road trip noon sleeper game. And you to come out and just lay the wood.
Yep.
And handle business. The same way some of those vintage 21 and 22 Kirby teams handled business. It was a thing of beauty, man. It was beautiful. From start to finish, everything about it. Like I'm sitting there, I'm watching. At no point am I stressed out because Georgia's doing what Georgia's done this year.
Congratulations on a stress-free weekend. I'll get one eventually. I hope.
Listen, it's a blessing and a curse. It is. Because if you have that means your team's fighting for something. And your team's definitely fighting for something this year, brother. But man, yeah, today felt also on a side note, Saturday stud sticker of the Saturday stud sticker. It felt so good to watch Noah Thomas get involved.
Yeah.
That's just a pure fan take from me.
And Nate Frazier had a good game. Like that was very, very much needed.
Nate Frazier had a I'm gonna put the team on my back game.
Yeah, and you were calling
That
for his.
thing
You were
had
calling for his head last week. You were done with him. You
hang
were.
on now.
No,
Whoa,
I remember.
whoa,
You're ready to
whoa.
get.
I did not say I was
You're ready
I
to
did
give the
not say I
backfield
was
to the other guy.
no, listen, okay. It's one thing to say I'm done with Nate Frazier. It's another thing to say, hey, I think Chauncey Bowens is a better running back. Those are total, and I still think that Chauncey's like, I still kind of think Chauncey's the guy. I love Nate Frazier. That's my dude. He balled today. I still have a little bit of anxiety when he runs the ball because he had some fumble problems last year. Okay.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
I
just
get
saying
it. I get it.
he's resolved that. He has not done that this year outside of the one in the Bama game. That is what it is. Um, Still a little bit of anxiety. So, but yeah, off the dude, Gunner, great. Nate Frazier, great. Chauncey Bowens, great. Noah Thomas, great. Zachariah Branch, thank you for picking us. I appreciate it, dog. You're incredible. Lawson Lucky, I hope the best for you, brother, because that hit today was oof,
Yeah, yeah,
oof. Kirby said he's okay in the presser, but he probably will not and should not play next week against Texas. So,
sure.
yeah, those are my two Saturday stud stickers.
Mr. Sagaputele. Got it done, man. 18.5-point dogs on the road versus Louisville. And the man stepped up, 323, 2 touchdowns, and really was the only reason California won this ball game. I mean, they had some good running back play, but look, he went to his guy, he went to De Jesus on the edge for the game winner there, 29-26. Enough said, dude. He got it done. He will be at a bigger program very, very soon. Actually, as soon as that transfer portal window opens, actually, he will be at that bigger program. So
I'm very interested to see what kind of offers he's already gotten because I'm sure, and also like, don't get me wrong, if you're Dan Lanning and you're Will Stein, like you're happy with Dante Moore and you love Dante Moore and he's great, but like sometimes you might just take a peek
down the road, just down the road.
He was committed to Oregon a little bit, and he he ended up leaving or decommitting from Oregon, enrolling at Cal. Sure. I don't remember how that worked because I think he was committed and then enrolled, but like didn't make it to camp. Anyways, he was committed to Oregon, ended up at Cal, one way, shape, or form. You might just you kind of peek out of the left side of your eye and you're like, would have been really nice to have him.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't have had the great story that is JKS this year. So I hope he stays at Cal. I really do. And I hope he balls at Cal. But I would not be surprised if he ends up somewhere else.
Sure. Me neither.
Because that's just the college football world that we live in right now.
Yep.
So, yeah. Any final thoughts, Drew, on another successful edition of Night Chat?
# beat Kentucky. Beat Stoops into the ground. I'm good.
Yep. Hey, horns down, baby. It's officially Texas week. So, if you've made it this far into the Night Chat, whether you're watching the replay tomorrow or you're live with us, we appreciate you guys hanging out. If you could do us a favor, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're not watching on YouTube and you're watching on another platform, migrate over to YouTube, throw us a subscribe. Really means a lot. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday.